Had a relatively exciting lunch break today. I should have actually filmed it. I should have taken my camera out, but I went for a run in a park that's not too far from where I live. It's probably, I don't know, a 10-minute fast walk, maybe 15-minute normal walk. And so quite, an easy run to get to in the first place. And I went, like, it's sort of, it's not a circle, but it's shaped in a way that you can go round in a loop. And as I was running my first loop, I saw someone walking their dog with like their partner, and I thought, hang on a second, that looks just like a director at my firm. But then something about it's, I don't know, when you see someone out of place, out of context of what you usually see them or expect to see them in, then it becomes harder to sort of confirm that it is actually them. Like, you look into all of their facial details and their bodily structure. And I think this director's lost some weight recently because compared since I joined, he actually he interviewed me last year. And I think he's definitely lost weight since then. So I don't know. I've not seen him often over the last. I've not seen him frequently in the office over the last, I don't know, few months. So I haven't really seen him so much. I was at the pub with him last Thursday, and sat across from him. But I don't know, just something about seeing a director in a park walking their dog. Oh, and so it was him. So I ran past him once and did a loop, and sort of kept thinking, okay, the next time I go past this person, I'm just going to really double check and stop and look at them in the face to check it's them. And luckily I was fast enough to get to him before he walked out of the park. But I got to him and sort of was like, is that really you? And then he said, yes, it's me. And I was totally out of breath and hot in the face, red in the face. And I think, I don't know if I was making much sense when I was trying to have a short conversation with them. But yeah, that was pretty exciting. Just, yeah. And it was very interesting because this director seemed much more sort of, I don't know how to put it, but much more relaxed in a way, and sort of, it felt as if there were fewer sort of, what are these called? These you get when you scrunch your face up because of stress. I can't, in Japanese it's called shiwa, but I felt there were fewer shiwa on his face, and he just seemed more laid back in a way. I don't know how to explain it, because usually in the office, or when he's, I don't know, he's done sort of training things for us, he's quite um, he's quite upfront. It's not aggressive, but he's confident, and he's confident, but he's also not sort of so worried about how he presents himself. He just wants to get a message across, and he's very direct in a way. But whereas when I saw him there, he's just walking his little dog, and he seemed just relaxed and laid back in a way. I don't know how to explain it. So yeah, that was very exciting to see, to bump into him and just have a quick chat and say hi, and then kept running. I did about 7 kilometers today on that lunch break, which is quite good. I was quite pleased with that. I think it was about, I can't remember how many calories, about 700 calories. So yeah, I was quite pleased with that. But otherwise, work-wise today, again, just still looking at spreadsheets. It's pretty boring stuff. Luckily, next week though, I get to go on site, to the client site. I love going client site. It's just, it kind of makes work more fun. So I'm going on to client site, and then I'm also actually on a new thing next week. So next week on Tuesday I get to go to the client site for this client right now, but I'm actually not booked onto that client in next week. I'm booked onto a new thing, and this thing's like 3.5 to 4 months long. It's 4 months long, yeah. So but yeah, that should be fun. Also just booked some annual leave time off in May, and I'm looking at my computer right now and wondering if I can use that time off to get in 30 hours of driving lessons. It costs quite a bit. It costs basically £1,000. that I think it could be worth it. So I'll just get that annual leave approved, and then I'll get driving lessons in. It should be good. Anything else to update? Yesterday, I made a video yesterday, didn't I? Didn't I make a video yesterday? Did I forget to make a video yesterday? I don't know, let me double check. Double check. I must have made a video yesterday, right? It's not living if it's not with you. Okay, how do I... Oh yeah, so after my run, how do I go to my channel? 5th March. I made a video yesterday. Don't even remember it. It's out of my recollection. So after my run, I went into the shop downstairs, bought some eggs because I knew I needed eggs, and then made lunch. Today's lunch was baked beans in a bowl with 3 eggs in the same bowl, microwaved for about 4 minutes. When I bought the eggs, I also bought, I saw that the store had Cherry Coke Zero. I absolutely love this drink. I know it's unhealthy, it's got sort of, there's artificial sweeteners and those are supposedly quite unhealthy, and I could generally look at this drink, it looks like poison. It shouldn't, nothing about it seems natural. But yeah, I absolutely love the flavour, and then I know that this is what Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger sort of drink out of nice glasses at their annual general meeting. So, annual general meeting, which I'd actually like to go to next year. I'm thinking of buying a Berkshire stock and just going, share of Berkshire and just going, like taking time off. I'll look into it. Yeah. Oh yeah, and finally sorted out my portfolio, my strategy. I've not fully utilised my capital, so I've given myself sort of an amount that I can invest into my portfolio, and because of just, it's not a large amount of money, so when my machine learning model spits out, stocks that have share prices which are too high basically relative to my what the position sizing should be for an equal weighted portfolio, then I end up having sort of a bit of money left over. I don't know what to do with that. I could try to just equally buy the stocks that I can afford to buy, because each share of some of the stocks can be quite, like, a lot of the stocks are, well, not a lot, but some of the stocks are like $4, worth $4, then I could buy some of those, or I don't know, there's some which are a bit more, which I could try to, I don't know, it's something I'll have to think about. Oh yeah, and I remember I made yesterday's video. I said I was going to look into reinforcement learning, and yeah, I still didn't really understand it, to be honest. I spent a solid 30 minutes watching through videos at 2.5 times speed. Still don't, like, I can't visualize an implementation of this with the stock market. I mean, maybe so the idea of reinforcement learning is to imitate how babies learn by making mistakes and then essentially penalizing decision pathways which lead to mistakes, in the hope that eventually you'll lead to a set of actions which lead to positive states. My cherry cola. It's so good. It's especially after a run and you're dehydrated. There's something about it which is so good. Although I have to admit, there's also something about it where, because I think it's the no calorie, I drink it and feel so empty almost. I don't know. It feels like it just evaporates inside, disappears, which of course is not true. but it's just leaving absolutely toxic stuff in my body. But I just, because of that lack of satiation, I end up just drinking more of it, which is so unhealthy. But anyway, I was looking at buying wholesale, like 10 tens of bottles. That's obviously not a good idea. That's a terrible idea. But what was that? A reinforcement learning. So, yeah. I don't know. So obviously, what is the most human sort of intensive manner of directly interacting with the stock market? And that's obviously day traders. And trying to learn through mistakes for an algorithm. But I instinctively, I would feel that day trading is the most applicable way to think of that, just because of the high sample that you need to, because you need to make a lot of mistakes to learn how to get things right. But then the thing is, I don't believe that day trading is a profit. Like, I don't think that there's any knowledge that, like, I don't think there's such a thing as a good day trader. I don't believe there's alpha in day trading, basically. I might just be ignorant and wrong, but looking at small, okay, I say that's not entirely, I don't entirely believe that. I think you can try to look at patterns of buying and selling and try to recognize whether sort of, because certain different organizations have different algorithms and there's different policies as well. You can try to work out whether an organization is accumulating shares in a company or whatever underlying thing you're trading. Then maybe there's some up in there, but I don't know anything about that. And when people talk about day trading, that's not usually what they're talking about. They're usually talking about chart patterns, like, oh look, there's a triangle, and I don't really believe in that on small timescales. I think there could be something to be said for it on longer timescales, because of, I don't know, I don't really even believe that, to be honest. But definitely not on short timescales, in my opinion. But again, I might be ignorant and stupid. Yeah, is there anything else to say? To be said? No. Tonight I'm just going to eat my pasta, my chicken pasta from 2 nights ago when I made it for my friends. When I made it for my friends. And then I think I'm going to look into making covers of songs on my computer and sort of try practicing logos. Oh, and I've got a song that I should try to make and try to produce. A lot of things to do. Yeah. Cool.